What's up? It's your boy Smooth.
What's up? It's your girl Jolly.
So today we want to hit y'all with a story time. Some of you guys inquired about what I said in regard to the college, about me struggling in college or whatever. So link will be on the video so you can go watch the full story of my life story and the things that I've been through in order for me to get to where I'm at. So I'll be appreciative if you guys click and go watch it. So in regard to the situation of me getting shot, I'm originally from Chicago, Illinois, South Side. You know what I mean? So it was one day, it was in August. No, it was in July. Sorry, it was in July. And as a kid, we always played basketball from sun up to sundown, you know what I'm saying? That's something that we all got ambition or dreams on doing. Everybody's encouraged and determined to be successful in regard to basketball. Remember, during this time, basketball is bigger, more global at this point in time now, but back in the day, everything was about Jordan, everything was about being the best you can be, you feel me? So at this time, I say it was about 9:30 at night, and I asked my mom, can I go to the park? Like I said, when I was a kid, I was cold. I was cold at ball. I used to play against everybody that was older than me. I played on a bunch of AAU teams. I was like somewhat like a park legend at this point in time. Like I was really that good. You know what I'm saying? I had love from any and everybody, from coaches, people at the park, gang members, the whole nine. But on this day, I went to the park late, and prior to that time, it was kind of like one of those gang initiation days where as though the gang members was recruiting new members or whatever days prior or whatever. So I didn't know what was going to be going on the next day, few days at the park or whatever. So I ended up going. I had a slushie in my hand. I started drinking it, and then I went to the water fountain after I drank the slushie. So then after I got done drinking the slushie, I went to the water fountain. I went to the water fountain because I was thirsty, but I was like, let me go ahead and get this water real quick because I got the next game. You know what I mean? Everybody wanted me to play. You feel me? So I ended up going to the water fountain, getting the water. I took a few shots. When I got back to the court, all of a sudden, boom, 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 boom. A whole bunch of shots rang out. And at the time, I'm the only one got hit. You feel me? So it had me gone. You know what I mean? Once you get hit, you ain't like, you know what I'm saying, where I got hit at. You know what I mean? You ain't like somebody help me, whatever the case may be. It ain't like that. Once you get shot, especially in a spot that's, you know what I mean, that's abnormal, or where most people get shot. Some people get shot in the leg, the arm, the chest. I got shot in the head. The bullet went in one way and came out another. You feel me? So I got shot on the right side of my head. So if you can take a look at it, you know what I mean, as you can see the scar goes from right here on down. So this is where they had to staple me all the way up. You feel me? I had to get 100 staples to sew my head back together. This is where the bullet had went in right here. You feel me? So yeah, so it was a crazy situation, man. I spent 36 days in the hospital trying to recover from learning my ABC, learning how to walk, etc., etc. I got to the point where they had to put IVs in my arm, and my mom had snapped on them because, you feel me, like if I got an IV in both my arms, who gonna feed me? How I'm gonna eat? You feel me? So she had to snap on them in regard to that. But let me go back into before my head was stapled up. The reason I had to get my head stapled up is because they didn't know it, but I did. You feel me? My head was leaking. You know what I'm saying? Most of them felt as if it was sweat. But at that age, I'm still, like I tell you, I'm still smart to this day. But at that age, I felt like ain't no way that's just sweat, because sweat is not that thick. And it was like mucus, like, you know what I'm saying? It was like thick. You feel me? So I ended up telling the doctor's telling me, and they realized that my brain was leaking. If it would have been any longer, I would have been gone, you feel me? So they end up stapling me up, and the rest is history in regard to that. But I say what? Oh, I get out the hospital. The day I get out the hospital, I got the gauze on my head and everything from being shot and stuff. Somebody comes and robs the house. They put a gun to my head. And said, told my mom, my dad, if you don't give me the motherfucking money, we're gonna kill his ass. Now, I'm waking up, I'm startled, because I'm like, what you know what I'm saying? Like, but my mom them went into her closet, got a whole bunch of gold, whole bunch of mink coats, etc., etc. You know what I mean? When you live in that lifestyle, the lifestyle is crazy, you feel me? So I just been through a lot of stuff in my lifetime, and it helped me shape me into the person I am today. They ain't end up shooting me, ain't end up killing me, but I done been in 2 or 3 situations like that transformed my life forever, you feel me? So in regard to that also, say a month later, after me getting out the hospital. Now, my dad wasn't at the house when we got robbed those 2-3 times. A month later, I had called my dad and told him I didn't want to be at this particular house at the time. So my dad said, I'm on my way. I'm like, okay. That same night, he gets killed. You feel me? He got shot 5 times. You know what I mean? All different places on his body. But they said he went out with a hard, long fight before, you know what I'm saying, he passed away. You know what I mean? So I just been dealing with a lot in my lifetime. You know what I mean? But after I done got shot on my right side, you know, whatever happens on your right side, it affects everything on the other side. So everything on my left side has a slow reaction, is affected. You feel me? So my leg doesn't move as fast. My toes don't move as fast. You know what I mean? As you can see, like when it comes to my arm is way littler than my right side. As you can look and see, this arm is bigger than this arm. This arm is way smaller. Look, I can move this left hand fine. Left hand slow. Right hand fast. Right hand bigger. Left hand, left arm smaller. You feel me? So if you compare the two, my wrist, everything is different than the other side. So throughout my life, I just been dealing with a lot of stuff that have kind of messed me up, you feel me? And it's caused me to, you know what I mean, process things a little bit slower than the average person. But I'm in college today. I done finished my undergrad, I done finished high school. Now we in our graduate program. So that's my story time. That's something I wanted to share with you guys, because y'all are new family. Y'all part of the SJ crew. And I just wanted to fill y'all in on our journey. You know, we have fun. We do the challenges and have fun with you guys, but this is a channel where we want to talk about relationship, open up to you guys about our struggles, things that we going through in our journey, because once we do reach the potential of where we want to go in our life, you guys can share that experience and understand all the hard work and dedication that it took to get to where we want to get. So what's some things that you noticed and seen in regard to, you know what I mean, after you knew about the situation?
Well, one thing is trust and being able to, you know, because you, like, trust is the main one. You feel like, you know, it's hard to trust people. It's hard to open up to people. If people don't do what they say, then it's a wrap, you know, stuff like that. Like, you struggle with those sort of things. Like a lot of times I'll tell you, well, maybe this happened, maybe that happened. Nah, they didn't do what I told them when I told them to do it, you know, so that's the issue. So that's one thing. Most of it has to do with how you respond to certain things. So like the trust, I don't know, like people say, like, you think differently than most people. So like in one case, if somebody say they gonna do something, but then they never get back to you. Like if we're gonna have a get together, and then they text you the day before and they set up a time, like, oh yeah, we gonna meet at 8. But then if they don't text you the rest of the day, well, it's canceled, you know. And I'm like, no, they said it's meeting up at 8. So that means we're gonna head over there at 8, and the 8 o'clock rolls around and they're like, hey, you still coming? We still down? I'm like, yeah. But it's like, you expect, you know, well, there's nothing wrong with it, but you expect people to do several check-ins with you so that you know where things are at and where things are going, where some people feel like, you know, they don't have to do that. But you feel like, yeah, you know, if you got something planned, you should be down with the shits, you know?
Yeah, and the only reason why I'm kind of hard on trust issues, like I told you, a lot of people didn't know where we stayed. We lived in like a gated community when, you know what I'm saying, when I was living in Chicago. Yeah, I spent a lot of time at my granny's house, but nobody knew really where we lived, where my dad put us at, you feel me? So the fact that we lived in a gated community and still got robbed for some people that was looking for my dad, the reason why I got trust issues, even at my apartment today, if a door squeaked downstairs too loud, you know what I'm saying? If the door opened up too loud, I'm on my P's and Q's like, who that? What's that? You feel me? Because I just don't trust people, you feel me? Either you're going to stand on your word or you ain't. So that's why I struggle with that. What's some more things that you notice in regard to like my body language?
Oh, body? You can tell when you, well, this is with anybody, so I wouldn't say it's related to what happened, but we can tell when you're not interested in something, when you like shut down about something, because it's like your body language is just, you get quiet. Yeah, like in instance for basketball, you'll squat down on the side of the court and then you won't get up for a while because you feel like not everybody's on the same page, and a lot of times you start to overthink and overprocess things. So that's a huge one: overthinking, overprocessing things.
Yeah, it's a struggle, man. I'm telling you, man. Like I'm the type of person, I try to think 2-3 steps ahead. Most people only be on their first step, but it's like, to me, if I don't think and plan things out accordingly, it's not going to happen, you feel me? So a lot of people that's quick, like, go with the flow. I'm fine with going with the flow, but I also have to understand, if I make this move, it's going to give me this step, that step, you feel me? So sometimes it's a little harder for other people because I'm a planner. I think things out accordingly, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I want to own a house in 2-3 years, I got to start thinking about my credit, you feel me? I got to start planning and strategizing how that's going to happen. If I don't do that, more than likely it's not going to happen unless you just think it's going to just fall in your lap, you feel me?
Yes, but in some aspects you overthink. It's not even about like the credit and all that. Like, it's stuff that, you know, like having a kid, or, you know, friendships or stuff like that, where you overthink and overprocess it, which can, well, it doesn't end up hurting you. It can hurt or help you in the long run, you know?
Right. So that's what it is, man. It's like, it ain't that easy to just, for me to just up and just do some stuff and, you know what I'm saying, be high and mighty about certain things in life if I don't think things thoroughly through. You know what I mean? That's something that's hard for everybody to deal with. It's more harder for me because I'm slower on the situation, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like it's shaped me and helped me to understand a little bit more about life than some may look at it, you feel me? So yes, of course, if I'm gonna analyze a person that I want in my life, far as a friend, a girlfriend, a baby, or whatever the case may be, I'm thinking about everything. Like, why is this person considered someone I want to marry? Why is this person considering, you know what I'm saying, why I want to have a child with this person, etc., etc. You have to really think things thoroughly through, rather than make quick decisions that's going to change your life forever. So that's the way I look at things.
In the beginning, though, and especially in the stage that we were in, I feel like it was kind of hurting the relationship in a sense, because you were overthinking. Like, in your mind, you were like, I want the perfect lady. Like, this is what I want, this is what I want. And if she do one thing that mess up, then I don't want her no more. Like, it's a wrap. Like, that one thing threw me entirely off when in a relationship. It's not really about that. It's about, you know, growing into each other, building into each other. Yeah, you might do some stuff that annoys me, and I might do some stuff that annoys you, but I feel like at the beginning of the relationship and other relationships you had, that was like a big issue.
Yeah, and I can't even lie. I can't even say that's not true. But it's, you know what I mean, you got to understand red flags as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Just like what I was reiterating on, you know what I mean, the experience in Chicago. I know with certain things and certain mannerisms of certain people, if I see that I know this person got a gun because something about to pop off, I'm out. I'm leaving. That red flag already let me know that something is playing in my head that's reenacting itself. I gotta move around. Ain't no staying around and being content, hoping and praying something's gonna change. You feel me? So I'm just a person that if I see something that seems as if it's something that I already lived and already been through, whether it's relationships, friendships, I can't keep on repeating the same patterns or behaviors if I already know it's going to hurt or affect me in the long run. So that's why it's hard for me sometimes. But we appreciate you guys on, you know what I mean, being a part of this story time with us, you know what I mean? Like, we always go on these walks, or we always at the lakefront, and we always have good talk. We have good talks at home too, but you know what I mean, we just want to let you guys know, you know what I mean, a little bit about me and a little bit of how I think about a lot of things in life. So anything else you want to say?
No, that about wraps it up. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
And make sure you hit that notification bell.
Yep, and then the link to his documentary is going to be in the description box. So then if you want to know the real story and watch his documentary and see how this is a little piece of his story. So if you want to see the real thing, watch the documentary in the description link below.
Make sure you hit that notification bell. Subscribe. Hey!